I said, what you talking about? It's countertop chaos and it's coming to your town. What you dreaming about? It's countertop chaos and we're coming for the crown. All right, we're back. It's countertop chaos. I'm Seth. Today we are going to make a coffee from Moklair in France. I have a funny story about Moklair, which I'm going to share with you. So a friend of mine, who shall remain nameless, but he knows who he is, once was disparaging the state of French coffee. And I think that that's probably because for a lot of people, what they know of French coffee is French roast coffee, which is dark and gross. And it's also because, in fairness to my friend, France was kind of late to the specialty coffee game. They came on strong, but they came on late. And Moklair is an example of how they came on strong. So it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that a culture that is so strong in terms of food and wine also figured out how to make really great coffee. So my friend was disparaging French coffee, which, is his loss. And so I just knew. I was like, no, this is wrong. So I told my friend that that he was wrong. And then the next time I was going to be in the States to see him, I brought along a bag of Moklair coffee. And we were making coffee. And I, of course, had us use some Moklair beans. And my friend was like, this coffee is like incredible. This is like the best coffee. Where is this from? And I could very self-satisfied and smugly say, it's from France. So Moklair, my favorite French coffee roaster. You've seen season 2 of The Bear, right? You've seen it? No, maybe not. You haven't? If you've seen it, then there is probably in your mind a couple episodes that stick out. There's a ton of great episodes in season 2, but there are 2 episodes in particular that I think I've just seen have a special resonance with people who have been a part of really meaningful creative collaboration. And of course, I'm talking about the stage episodes. So I talked about staging when we were talking about El Bulli, but in the context of The Bear, there's 2 episodes in season 2, no real spoilers involved here, where 2 of the members of the restaurant staff go and stage at Michelin star restaurants. And they're kind of thinly disguised stand-ins for a couple of well-known Michelin star restaurants, but I'm not going to say which ones they are. You can look it up. I mean, one's in Copenhagen and one's in Chicago. That's kind of all you need to know. In fact, you don't even need to know that. The stage episodes, I think, are so good at showing the kind of camaraderie that develops around doing really ambitious, challenging, creative things together. The thing that I love in both episodes, there's this understanding of the vitality of upholding really, really high expectations. And the fact that it's just an accepted part of the relationship, that if somebody is not living up to those expectations, that it's incumbent on you to let them know. And that doesn't mean that you think any less of them. That doesn't mean that you hold them in a lower regard. It just means that there's a set of shared expectations that you have to uphold together. And you do. And that actually is part of what builds this bond. It's that you know that when you have those expectations and everyone holds them in common, that you are going to do the things to perform at the highest level together. You are going to find the opportunities that would otherwise be hidden or would otherwise be missed if you were to allow those things to slip. And it comes through in a way that here's the thing, I can't tell you if it's real as far as what it looks like in a Michelin star kitchen because I've never worked in one, but I've been a part of collaborations that require all of these different people coming together around building this common experience, this common artifact that other people are going to engage in and participate in. And whoever made the bear knows it too. They know it. I think I'm saying whoever because I think it's all of the people that have come together around that show. They know what it looks like because that those two episodes are just such a real expression of what that experience is like and what the relationships that form there are like that I just don't think you could make it up. I don't think it could have been pulled out of thin air. It has to be grounded in that real experience. I don't know if you've worked in one of those kinds of kitchens, you can let me know how real it is. I know there's lots of kitchen horror stories out there and lots of stories about, about chef tempers and things like that. That I think is also probably true in a lot of different creative contexts, and that's the downside of it, and something that we've maybe indulged a little bit too much. But I don't think it is a necessary component. I think that exists in some places, but it doesn't have to, and it's not that that's where the greatest creativity inherently happens. Um, if you don't know what I'm talking about, as far as The Bear, then just go watch The Bear. It's 2 seasons. They're both great. They're fantastic. If you don't know what I'm talking about as creative collaboration, uh, honestly, that could be okay. Maybe that's something that you don't really particularly care about or need, and I think that's fine. But if you know that you are doing work that you feel the limitations of it, you feel your own creative output is somehow limited, and you haven't been a part of a really great creative collaboration, I don't have easy like here's what to do next. But I think it is worth considering like who would you want to collaborate with, uh, and striking up that conversation. Put it out there. See if there are people that might help you and come alongside you and let you do some really cool and interesting work together. It's worth kicking the tires. Um, that's what I got. It's time for some coffee. I'm recording this later in the day than I normally do, so I'm really ready for this cup of coffee. And I usually make a couple of them beforehand just so that I can make sure that I got my recipe dialed in. This coffee's so good. It's been so good, which means that I have no doubt that I am about to enjoy this. And I hope that you enjoy your favorite episode of The Bear sometime soon.